Meadows Have Surprises by Lois Philip, Class 7, CBSE. Now let us know something about the poet Louis Brandon Phillips, a widely published poet, playwright, and story writer, has written 45 books for children and adults. Phillips teaches at the School of Visual Arts in New York City. He is teaching creative writing. Louis Philip wrote the poem Meadows Surprises. It is a children's poem composed of 6 stanzas. The poem describes a meadow and how it might be full of surprises. Now let us look into the poem stanza wise. Stanza 1. Meadows have surprises, you can find them if you look. Walk softly through the velvet grass and listen by the brook. Here the poet says that we have to walk softly in the meadows because otherwise we might scare the inhabitants of the meadows away. Now, who are the inhabitants of the meadows? The poet also describes the grass as something soft like a velvet. The phrase velvet grass is a metaphor. The texture of the grass is compared to the softness of the velvet here. Now, in the following stanzas, he talks about the inhabitants of the meadows. Stanza 2. You may see a butterfly rest upon a buttercup and unfold its drinking straws to sip the nectar. While walking through the meadows, we may come across various surprises. One of these surprises are butterflies. These butterflies are one of the inhabitants of the meadows. The poet says that one could discover butterflies resting upon the wild flowers such as buttercups. And if you observe closely, you could see it opening the sucking tube to draw nectar from a flower. The proboscis is a long tube-like structure that unrolls when the butterfly eats. It allows the butterfly to get deep into a flower where the nectar, a liquid sugary substance, is stored. The butterfly sucks up the nectar similar to how we use a straw. Now let's go to the stanza 3. The next inhabitant of the meadow is a rabbit. So while walking through the meadow, you may scare a rabbit who is still very still, who is sitting still, though at first you may not see him. When he hops you will. While walking, we may not be able to see a rabbit because it's hiding under the grass, but we can see him only when he jumps around. The third stanza is about a lovely bunny that one can come upon when walking across the meadow. According to the poet, your action may scare the rabbit sitting comfortably in the meadow's rich green grasses. He also claims that you may not notice him initially since the rabbit is hidden somewhere in the field, but you will notice him only once he begins hopping around. In stanza 4, the poet talks about dandelion, the flowers. A dandelion whose fussy head was golden days ago, has turned to airy parachutes that flutter when you blow. So in stanza 4, he talks about the flower dandelion. The poet looks forward to a faded dandelion whose fainting top was filled with golden seed heads a few days ago. The author described the state of dandelion blossom that had previously bloomed but dried out. If you blow out the flowers, their soft petals will spread in the air like parachutes in the wind. Here, he talks about the beauty of the dandelions, and ironically, he also says the life of a dandelion is very short. Stanza 5, he talks about burrows in the ground. Who lives in the burrows in the ground? The ants' amazing mound, a nest beneath tall grasses. Explore the meadow houses, the burrows in the ground, a nest beneath tall grasses, the ant amazing mound. As the poet writes in the 5th stanza, there are many more things to observe here in the meadow. He invites readers to walk across the meadow and witness the exciting sights, such as tiny insect dwellings scattered throughout the lush green meadows. Various creatures on the ground dug small tunnels to remain calm, and a tiny nest was built by the bird beneath the thick grasses. Little ant built to dwell in a beautiful hill of earth, which the poet refers to as mound. Stanza 6. Oh, meadows have surprises and many things to tell. You may discover these yourself if you look and listen well. Here, this poetry is an appreciation of nature, and the poet encourages the readers to go for a walk in the meadows so that we can discover the new things which we can appreciate and enjoy from the meadows. The final stanza encourages readers to visit the meadows at least once and experience its wonders. The author concludes the poem by expressing that many fresh stories and surprises can only be discovered by experiencing them. As a result, he encourages the readers to look and listen carefully to discover the secrets of this lovely meadows. Now let us look into a few phrases. What does these phrases mean? Velvet grass. Here, the velvet grass is a metaphor. The texture of the grass is compared to the softness of velvet here. Drinking straws. The proboscis is a long tube-like structure that unrolls when the butterfly eats, sucking nectar. Meadow houses. The burrows, ant mounds, nest under tall grasses. So, who are the inhabitants of the meadows? The rabbits, they live in the burrows, the ant mounds, and the nest birds who come to the meadows. Amazing mound. Ant mounds are amazing, he says. They are ant houses. Fussy head. He talks about the dandelion. Wild flowers like dandelions provide extra surprises to meadows. Dandelions, interestingly, change as they develop. It transforms into white, airy parachutes from the yellowish golden blossom. The flower's texture likewise shifts from smooth to fuzzy. The pieces fly across the air like parachutes when you blow them. Thank you. If you like this video notes, please do subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thank you.